What's going on, brosif? Got us a no cooling call. 2 no cooling calls in 2 different apartments. It's a first company, so I'll automatically go to it's leaking refrigerant. They're all leaking, all 240 of them. If it's a first company, it's leaking. I've been here, I haven't even been here 1 year, and I've had to replace 5 coils. So there's no oil in the caps, so I'll go put the leak detector on the coil here. Let me hook up the old gauges, then I'll go turn it on. Well, I came out here to check the charge, and the fan was going, but the compressor was buzzing. Like it was trying to start, going and then it was shut off. Signs of a low capacitor and a bad hard start. Alright, we'll pull all the wires off. I got the power off. We'll test the capacitor and our hard start here. These come from the factory with a hard start on it. A lot of guys who see the hard start in there going, oh, the compressor's on its last leg, just need to replace it. It comes like this. This is a rotary compressor in this style of Goodman. It's not your standard Copeland scroll compressor. It's one of those rotaries. So they all come from the factory with a hard start already in it. And when that hard start gets low, it buzzes. But the fan will run. So I just do the whole thing, capacitor and hard start. Let me get all these wires out of here, then I'll break out the meter. Alright, got my meter set right here. Don't know if you guys can see it at home. Sorry about the wind, it's really windy. So common to Herm, this is a 45/5. Common to Herm, whoa, 78. Yeah, if it goes above, it can be bad as well. That's showing 78 between common and Herm. I've seen that a few times. That's not good. So we're going to test the hard start as well. It should be around 88 or above to be good. That is 0.1. So the hard start and the capacitor are bad. Let me test that capacitor again. Common to Herm, 78. Man, that's wicked. Well, we'll just replace both hard start and capacitor. Then we'll check the charge. I know it's low because it's been topped off before, because someone has written on it. That's how we know someone's been here. And they write the unit number on it. Drop the old new cap in. It's a 45/5 microfarad. Try to drop it down so the guy can see it. There we go. Alright, common to Herm should be 45. Yep, there we go, 44.8, that'll work. And common to fan should say 5. I don't know if that's coming up on camera. It's so sunny I can't see. Yeah, so this capacitor is good. Alright. Brown to fan, yellows to Herm, red and purple to common. Then we'll attack the hard start. Yeah, these compressor saver hard starts are super simple. They come already hooked up. It's got a little black wire on the common side of the contactor. And a yellow on the capacitor, and that's it. Then you can just unscrew it and take it off. Screw your new one on. Man, this thing had all kind of issues. Low on refrigerant, low capacitor, low hard start. I mean, it's a 3-year-old Goodman. It's not aging well, big dog. Could you imagine what this place is gonna be like in 7, 8 years? Oh, forgot about the red. There we go. Just screw the old one back down, or the new one, that is. All right, hook the hard start back up. Oh, it's windy. Windy here in North Florida. Red to the common. Gotta go look at another AC after this one. They said it was iced up, so I know that's gonna be low on charge. 9 times out of 10. Alright. Now we can go fire it up. Do what we came here for. Come on, big money, no whammy. There we go. I hear the compressor now. Let's see how low it is. The reason why I know it's been charged before because of the scratch on it. Oh yeah, it's going low. 96 PSI, 95, it's dropping. I'm gonna let it run for 5 or 10 minutes and then I'll pop it with some refrigerant. I'll be back. All right, Skid Bro, I'm gonna leave it there. It's hunting between 8 and 10. Superheat's a little high. It's cool out here today. It's cool in the apartment. We'll go check for that leak now. Well, it was 79 when we showed up. Now it's 77. That's a good sign. Let's turn it off and see if we can find the leak now that it's full pressure. Yeah, I'll bet you'll ring off now, won't you, booty? That you're under full pressure? I'm gonna go to this spot over here that was looking a little sus. A little dark spot. No? I'll be dog. Oh. Ah. We got a leaker. Another leaking coil. I did one this morning that was leaking, and I'm about to go do another one that's leaking. And they're $2,000 per coil. So, I'm about to go let the manager know to pull out the checkbook. Get ready to spend $6 grand. And if you want to see what a coil replacement looks like, I will leave a link to one in the description below of a coil that I did. This exact coil, first company, same property. Yep, this thing's leaking. Where are you at? Somewhere over here too. Both sides leaking. How about that? Yeah, I'll leave a link. It will look just like what I do to these. I pretty much have a system down. Yep, it's right down here somewhere. Oh well, it's leaking. Don't matter. Alright, well, we'll turn it back on and order a coil. Off to the next leaker. Oh, we gotta get you a new coil, brosif. We gotta get you a new coil. But you won't be hot today. Gotta get you through. Gotta get you through for a few months, big dog. Oh, he's so precious. Oh, hey, puppy. Oh, look how sweet. We're gonna get you cooling off, big dog. You hot? We're gonna get you cooling. I swear I know the dogs better than I know the residents. I'm sure you guys do too. Oh man, I hate these filters. And that might not be too bad. I don't like the cloth. I don't like the cloth ones. We're gonna get you cooled off. Hold on a second. It takes patience, man. So it's 80 degrees in here. We got it set to 76. So I got the disconnect pulled outside. Totally different call, by the way. I'm sure you can tell by the dog. I'm at another place. We'll just go ahead and drop them a new filter in there. Alright, let's go check the charge, which I'm sure is low. Then we'll come back and do a leak check once it's under full press. Old dog was barking at me. It's hot. It's like I'm busting beads up in here, Skid. Get me going. We're gonna go analog for the new guys. So you don't need a bunch of expensive equipment. This is how I started out. And if you talk to any of the old school guys, hey, this is all you need, man. They look at me and my fancy stuff and all the guys with their fancy stuff and like, oh man, take all that stuff and shove it. Man, this sucker's real low. 50 PSI. So I got my coupling on the high side, the liquid line, the little line, because it's a TXV. If it was a piston, I'd put it on the big line. So yeah, we're gonna have to put some in here, man. That's making me a little nervous. That's a little too low. Another First Company air handler coil with a Goodman condenser. And we'll switch the coupling over to get the superheat once I get situated here. Just want to do one for the new guys. You don't need a bunch of expensive stuff. Alright, now that we're going old school, let me see if I remember this. So superheat is line temp. So the temperature of the suction line temp minus saturation. So if your line temperature was 55 and you had a 40-degree saturation, that'd be a 15-degree superheat. So it's the opposite for the TXV subcool. So line temp minus saturation. For the subcool, it's going to be saturation minus line temp. Okay, see, that's what happens when you go digital, man. It's probably good to go analog every now and then. Remember all this stuff. I got to get this saturation above freezing, man. It's got me nervous here. Let me get it at least at around 32 before we get going. Sucker was way low, 50 PSI. Whew. I'll be back. Let me get this thing right here. Alright, now that I got it a little bit above freezing, feel a little better. That's why it freezes, new guys. See how that pink line? If it gets below 32 on that pink line, you know 32 is freezing. So that's what causes the ice to freeze up. You might have a dirty filter, fan motor inside not working, or you got a leaking refrigerant, leaking coil, or something's leaking. So, alright. Let's do the subcool out here the old school way. So we got an 80 on the saturation over here on the head pressure, and an 80 line temp. So that is a 0-degree subcool. So we want to get this, I'm going to get it about 10 above the saturation here. It's probably hard to understand, but once you get it, guys, you'll get it. You new guys. It took me a while to understand as well. So I'm going to add a little. It's steady going up. Pop it a little more. Ooh. Alright, dudes, we got a 94 saturation on the head pressure. 94 on the pink line, because it's 410A. That's why we're going by the pink line. 82 line temp. So 94 minus 82, 81. That's roughly a 12-degree subcool. 94 minus 82. Well, that's 81. It's bouncing between 81 and 82, so that's roughly a 14-degree subcool. So that's how you do that. You don't really need the fancy digital gauges. I get asked that a lot. Hey man, do I need fancy stuff? Not starting out, you don't. All we're doing is pulling it off the little liquid line and putting it on the big suction line. That's how we get our superheat. And then this temperature will fall. We'll let that stable out. Then we'll go line temp minus saturation. All right, 67 on the line temp. So 67 minus 48 degree saturation, that is a 19 degree superheat. So we got a 12 degree subcool. I might accidentally said 14 degree subcool earlier. It was 12. And a 19 degree subcool, or superheat, I'm sorry. I actually like the superheat a little lower, but since the subcool is at 12, that's where I was told to leave it, so I'm gonna leave it there. I was told there by the installers. Told by the installers to leave it there, so let's go find the leak. All right, first company, you might get lucky. Might be on the condenser, the Goodman condenser. Oh. Don't disappoint me. Don't you get me 2 in a row. Oh my God. It's a leaker. 2 first companies in a row. I've done 5, big dog. I've done 5 coils and barely been here a year. 5 first company coils. And they are 3 years old. Yeah, down there in that bottom right corner. Oh, let me order another coil. 32 Lux Cuber, first company. All right, that's it, guys. Just had to charge it up and had to get them through till I can order a coil. It takes, they say, 6 weeks. 6 weeks to get in. All right, dudes. Again, I'll leave a coil change out video in the description below. I'll leave a link to it if you want to see what that looks like. It'll look just like how I do these. So you won't have to wait 6 weeks to see me replace a coil. The link is in the description below. Alright guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Later.